Hey guys, this is Rafe, and today I'm going to review one of my favorite books, The 4-Hour Workweek. And this is going to sound cheesy, but this book actually kind of sort of changed my life. This book really got me excited about entrepreneurship and about, doing stuff on your own. And I don't know if I would have ever sort of made that. Now I'm like, along with other stuff, I'm really pursuing having my own business. And I don't know if I would have ever taken that step if it wasn't for this book by a guy named Tim Ferriss. Very popular guy in the startup world, and he now is like doing diet books and stuff. I'm just going to go through a little bit of the book, what it's like. Okay, so he splits up the book into 4 areas. So it's basically about how to live a good life by having your own business and not having to work a real job and traveling the world and stuff. So basically he splits it up into 4 sections, and it's a scary book because the first quarter is really bad. I almost stopped reading it. It's very fluffy. It's very be all you can be, plan out your dreams, you don't have to work a real job. And I'm a skeptical person, so I didn't really buy it. I almost stopped reading if someone hadn't really reviewed it very hard. He talks about setting goals and why. Well, the good thing is he talks about why it's really not a good idea to work a job that's 100 hours a week when you're young, because then what do you get? Money when you're old and you don't really even care about it at the time, and you're risking the best years of your life, and you might die anyways. So that's a good point. So I guess that's good in the first section, but I didn't really like the first quarter. The second section is sort of about not getting distracted so much by emails. I also didn't like that section very much. But the section that I really like is the third section, which is talking about 2 main things that he talks about that really struck it to me. Outsourcing stuff, outsourcing your own personal things, and also starting a business that runs on its own. Also in the 4th section, he talks about traveling the world. I didn't even read that section because I really don't want to travel anywhere. I like my bed. But I'm going to talk about the section that I really like, the 3rd section, where he talks about 2 main things. First one is outsourcing, okay? So he says, figure out what your time is worth. So if you're making $20 an hour, if you're making $30 an hour, if you think that's what you should be doing, and you're doing tasks that you can give to someone else for $5 to $10 an hour, then you should mathematically be doing that. There's no reason not to. So if you have laundry and it takes a laundry service $10 an hour to do it, and it would take you 2 hours, then mathematically you should be hiring that laundry service if your time is worth $30 an hour. He also talks about outsourcing your stuff, and I'm into that too. So I use sites he talks about different sites, but I specifically like the sites Elance and Odesk. And you can hire people from all over the world, from anywhere from $1 an hour to $20 an hour to do your tasks for you. So if you want to research, there's one, I have a little bit of a criticism with this actually. He uses a review from a guy in the New York Times who just started outsourcing stuff, using Elance and stuff, and the guy in the New York Times says about how great it is. But the problem is, the guy from the New York Times had just been outsourcing stuff for 3 or 4 days. So he wasn't really a good person to talk about it because he was just excited about the newness of it. He wasn't really an expert outsourcer by any means, but I sort of am. I have virtual assistants, a bunch of them, and it's really great. So let's say you wanted to email every single person who works at Universal Music. You can hire someone to do it. Okay, so you could even organize it by how hard the task is. So let's say getting all the emails is pretty hard, so you want to get someone from North America who speaks English fluently, and you pay them whatever, $6 an hour. But then, and I live in Canada, so the minimum wage is $10 an hour, so that you can hire someone from the US for their minimum wage of $6 an hour. It's crazy. I mean, look, everyone wants a job. There's some discussion about it. If you don't like outsourcing, it's discussion, but I don't really want to get into it. But then, your really cheap stuff, you can hire, the email, you can hire someone from India where the minimum wage is even lower for even cheaper. So you can get, 10 hours of stuff done for way cheaper than you would have ever done, and I use that a lot. Maybe I'm a bad person, I don't know, but I'm not a bad person. You're wrong if you think that I am. But anywho, then the other thing he talks about is making a Muse, which is basically a business that kind of runs itself. So the way he talks about doing that is he talks about making a digital product, like an ebook or a or like a video program and selling it online using AdWords, which is basically the Google stuff, and I talk about all that stuff on my channel. So the idea is, and his numbers are big, because he says don't bid on a keyword if it's more than 20 cents. All keywords are more than 20 cents now, so he's wrong about that. But the basic idea is, let's say you have a ebook that you're selling for $10, and you can advertise it on Google for 30 cents a click, and 1 in every 20 people who click on your link buy the ebook. So that means you're spending 20 cents, whatever, you're spending $6 for each person who sells the ebook for $10. And since it's a digital product, it's totally mindless. You don't even have to worry about it at all, and you just run the ads, and you're just making money. And if you can figure, he also, one last good tip he has is, before making the ebook or whatever, the program, it's a good idea to first test it out, like run the ads as if you have already written the ebook, even before you've written it. So you can see if you're making $10 for every 6, or if you're making $10 for every 14. If you're making $10 for every 14, you don't do it. So that's basically the main stuff that I got out of this book. It was really great overall. I definitely recommend it. Life-changing, I hate to say. Tim Ferriss, if you see this, please message me, because I like you. Oh, we should be friends. Just kidding. Now he's definitely not going to message me. And yeah, that's the book, 4-Hour Workweek. Definitely check it out. You can check it out through my Amazon link below. Hopefully there will be a link there if I remember to put it there. If not, message me. And yeah, hopefully this book helps you as much as it helped me. Thanks. That was dramatic for no reason.